all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Introducing the Smart Kicker from iConnect, the most affordable smartphone on the market. With a follow-focus capable 2-megapixel camera, you can't miss out on any of the action. Over 400 hours of standby battery time and 32 gig external memory. That's more than enough space for all your series, music, pics, apps and games. Get yours today from iConnect for a limited offer of only 499 kwacha, including 300 MB iSpot internet from iConnect. The Smart Kicker, available at iConnect. iConnect, make it happen.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Jungle.
It's a pleasure to have you join us for Prime Television's main news. My name is Martha Namanja. We take a look at stories making headlines. UPND women protest over Michael Kaingu calling UPND Namwala MP a prostitute. Retirement age source of unemployment, some Lusaka residents have noted. Tuesday market in Kabwata becomes a breeding ground for criminals. And in international news, Morocco breaks up suspected ISO cells. Those are the headlines in the news. Join me shortly with the details. other menus in detail. United Party for National Development UPND women have protested over Education Minister Michael Kayengu's remarks that UPND Namwala Member of Parliament Mono Lubezi is a prostitute. UPND women say it is disappointing that as a father figure, Dr. Kayengu is failing to lead by example in word and conduct. The women have also expressed disappointment over PF women leadership quietness over the issue. They have called for the dismissal of Dr. Kayengu from his position as Education Minister, saying he does not qualify to be a leader as he has no regard for women. The women were responding to allegations made by the Post newspaper that Dr. Kayengu insulted UPND Namwala Member of Parliament Mono Lubezi. But when contacted for a comment, Dr. Kayengu says he made no such remarks and says the story in the Post newspaper was written out of malice.
You see, these MPs and the ministers, they have women who voted for them, if not in the majority, in their constituencies. Yes. So we expect them to respect their mothers.
Exactly.
The mother must be respected. Without a mother bringing you down to earth, you do not be there.
Aba Kayengu tindera ni minister wa education. And education bapunzisa bana batu discipline school. Mabangala na minister otukwana bana batu bazankala bwanji. So aba Kayengu, he's not supposed to be a minister of education. Baba chose ko please.
We want to warn him to stop this nonsense. Kayengu is after UPND. For a long time he has been provoking UPND. Now if he continues going to our MPs and our female MPs, we are going to handle Kayengu as UPND women.
Tuesday Market in Kabwata constituency, known for safe business, has now turned to be a breeding ground for criminals. Some customers have complained of a growing number of thieves at the market who parade themselves as helpers. The customers have called for security measures to be put in place if customers are to continue buying from the market. Gwen Wheeler brings us more in the following report.
A market is commonly known to be a source of income for the young and the old in the community as people buy and sell their commodities and products. But traders and sellers at Tuesday Market have expressed concern over the young boys that are found outside the trading area, as they have alleged that the boys steal from their customers. And just early this morning, an iPhone was stolen from a Chinese customer, and management has since brought in officers at the market to ensure that the boys do not come near any of their traders or its customers.
Also they open. Come on, baby. Okay. So, but you reported to the
That's it.
iPhone.
iPhone. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, iPhone. Kappa.
This is the same car.
Phone hapa. Tembekeza watenge wamenazi wamene hapa phone.
But the boys that are usually found at Tuesday Market have refuted the allegations, saying the phone was stolen a day ago and that they do not steal, but only go there to earn a living through the pieceworks that they do every Tuesday at the market.
So my
Even as customers come to do their shopping, they should be watchful in protecting their properties at the marketplaces if such an incident is not to occur again. Gwen Mwila reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
The Young African Leaders Initiative, YALI, has strongly condemned the Post newspaper owner Fred Membe's utterances in the court on Monday. YALI President Andrew Ntewe says there is need for people like Mr. Membe and others in authority to ensure that they use acceptable language when appearing in the courts of law. He adds that the judiciary is the highest authority in the land and must be respected regardless of one's standing in society. Mr. Ntewe has, however, commended the Post newspaper owner for retracting his earlier statement in court. Mr. Ntewe was reacting to Monday's court hearing where Post newspaper owner Fred Membe stand the Lusaka Magistrates Court when he referred to the charge leveled against him as foolish.
We feel that the sentiment to refer to a charge as being foolish is not good enough. It does not inspire confidence from young people, because young people would like to see their leaders speak in a respectable manner, in a respectful manner. Yes, we might have opinions, but even as we might have those opinions, we must be a little bit more civil in the way we utter sentiments. So we feel that it's not a good precedent, but we are glad that he was able to retract and apologize to the court. I think that is the way it should be, and we can only call on other leaders that even if we have certain matters within ourselves where we are not happy about a decision, but we must always try by all means to constrain ourselves, to restrain ourselves, so that we don't allow our emotions to get the better of us.
Patriotic Front PF Lusaka Province Youth Chairman Kennedy Kamba has condemned the action by former University of Zambia students who were arrested for staging unlawful protest over unemployment. Mr. Kamba says it is unfortunate that youths have continued to be used by politicians as tools to promote anarchy in the country. He says the students should realize that they are not the only ones in search of jobs, as government is alive to the fact that youths are lacking employment and has created an enabling environment through the private sector and is working at opening government parastatals. On Monday, 6 former University of Zambia students were arrested at a Arcade's shopping mall for unlawful assembly to protest over unemployment.
There are so many jobs which the government is creating, even in the private companies. There are 10,000 jobs at Kalumbila mine in Solwezi, which are on grab. And my advice to them is they should just be creative. It's not that the government is going to employ each and every graduate from UNZA. The knowledge which they are acquiring from UNZA, they can also apply it in other ways. So they have to just be on the ground and look for the employment. They are so recently, very soon the government will be recruiting. We are informed that the government will be Zambia police, prisons, and the Zambia army. The government is going to recruit 2,500 by the month end, this month end, and 1,000 ZAF officers. All these are the efforts by the government to create employment for the youths in the country.
Some Lusaka residents have argued that late retirement has created unemployment in the country. The residents say there is need for government to reduce the retirement age even below 55. They have stressed that early retirement will help create more jobs in the country and prevent unrest. Yesterday, Federation of Free Trade Unions of Zambia President Chingati Msiska, during a media briefing, indicated that the adjustment of retirement age to 65 will help restructure the pension scheme and avoid people becoming destitute. Government increased the retirement age from 55 to 65 years. We have more in the following report.
Federation of Free Trade Unions of Zambia have come out to support the adjustment of the retirement age by government. FFTUZ President Chingati Msiska notes that the adjustment of the retirement age follows lack of funds in pension houses.
It is a known fact that politicians from the time of independence have contributed to the mismanagement of money contributed by workers to the various pension houses. It is also a known fact since independence, workers through trade unions have been sitting on pension boards as directors of pensions funds. We must therefore be courageous enough to accept the fact that the mismanagement of pension funds have been caused by us Zambians.
However, this move has not been accepted by Lusaka residents. Some feel that the adjustment will increase the rate of unemployment amongst the youth in the country.
Every year muntu asiriza school aenda mu society apeza ntchito kulibe. Ona. Then 45 years ifuna at least aliyense akazikuchitako akazinkhala employed. Then pamene tichita evoti street tabe ine wanenkamba pano ne form 5 na season 98. But ngalipo peza po ntchito iliyonse mwaona. So chini baba 45 65 sifunika. Ifunika 45 kwa tsira.
65 meaning that my youth is zapeza ntchito, because 65 meaning that wazambo senza mozi na mozi, because even lifespan yatu mzambe maybe ni 55. So tukafike pa 65 wakachite retire sunga ipeze ntchito.
Koma 45 ili bwino 45 na 50. Abatisi kutiba cha bakuru kubachokako bafana tibwera mbuyo tabwerako. Chimozi za nyumba ya renti kuti bonse mungaje nyumba ya renti. Vuri wana kwazitoka kwa zimanga nyumba yao kuti bobwera wapeza kama nyumba ya renti.
The retirement age has been divided into 3 stages, which include early retirement at 55, with a new increase of 60 and 65 years. Unemployment has become a subject of the day. Just yesterday, some former UNZA students were arrested in protest against unemployment, which many have blamed on the late retirement age. Gloria Mumba, Prime TV News in Lusaka.
Former Unemployment Association President Mpundu Mwanamwelwa says he is disappointed that President Edgar Lungu is spending most of his time outside the country than facing economic challenges at home. Mr. Mwanamwelwa has charged that Zambians did not vote for President Lungu to be moving around the world but create an enabling environment for people to find jobs. He further says that police action to arrest jobless former UNZA students should be condemned by all unemployed citizens. Mr. Mwanamwelwa said this at a media briefing in Lusaka.
We condemn such an action that the police cannot be used tools of the government to harass innocent Zambians who are unemployed in this country. What they were looking for when the elections were there, they used to come with their cars to tell our youths in bus stations, to tell our unemployed youths in those Soweto markets, to tell our unemployed, those school leavers, that when we voted them to power, they will create jobs. All of the suddenly they have turned their backs because they are political chameleons. They are political hyenas who would not even help our youths to achieve whatever they intended to achieve in their life.
You are watching Prime Television's news. Still ahead after the break. First Lady Esther Lungu visits funeral house of late former Chimwemwe Member of Parliament and Road Development Agency RDA Board Chairman William Sanda. Join me with the details after the break.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
We now continue with the news. Corruption and political cadreism has continued to manifest in markets. The latest development has been reported at Mtendere Market, where a 75-year-old lady has been evicted from her stand by Mtendere Market chairman, only identified as a Mr. Mashawana. The stand of the old lady has since been given to a suspected Congolese national who is trading in second-hand clothes. More in the following report.
Calls to allow markets and bus stations operate freely without the interference of political cadres seems to be falling on deaf ears. One case in point is the latest development at Mtendere Market, where a 75-year-old woman and 4 others have been evicted from their stands and given to others without any proper explanation, according to the victims.
Ninavutikirapo zisambiri tidulira pamaloyaja vena vana valanda yose alandira ivi sonneso kamba nawe ananiganira ninakamba nawe neka muofisi naendera muofisi ukalowerera ananiganira ati ajamalo tumpasani yena ajamalo tapasakale wina muntu nali pamalopa aja sabuulula mposamukamba kuti tapasabu maloyani kombaniza kuti ndi walomanga
tinapeza chena tibonze batupwanyira mashopu kuno maana sikutiuza ti mashops bapwanya kuno bapasa kwa bantu bamene sizira mashops ya yenzi yatu ise tenze apa abenze ku front kwako ndiye benze bene bamalo ati ise tenze bene bamalo kuno babene baleta kuno sikiba ziba na kubazira banati kwanyira marata mabloko bonse banati sibati uza bantu bamene banapwanya sibati uza bantu bamene banamama. Used to be my mother's shop, my late mother's shop. It was demolished in my absence, in our absence. We've remained, the 4 of us. We're not told, we're not even informed. So we don't know what's happened.
Well, you've not given any reasons why they've
No.
But who are these who have demolished?
We don't know. We went to the chairman's office. He says, no, we needed the police.
But how did you acquire these shops?
These were the first people to be in the market. These were my mother was one of the founders of the market.
In this case, market chairman, who is reported to be a PF member, a Mr. Mashawana, is accused of having evicted some people from the market and allocated their trading spaces to others. The matter has since been reported at Mtendere police station, and the market chairman has been served with a summon. But as the victims were leaving the police post, they were tipped on who had been allocated the old lady's stand and later demolished it to erect a bigger shop for himself. In no time, Gift, a suspected Congolese national, was tracked, and oh my, hell broke loose. But before this, Mr. Gift refused to be on camera and grabbed my gadget, leaving it partially damaged. And after the storm had withered and the group had left, Mr. Gift received the call from the market chairman, who was reported hiding, and this was their conversation, of course without him realizing that I was recording.
Inapita na tuma sisters to yake hapa. Nile pa shop hapo. Unakopa na shop yatu. Unakopa na hizo mwendo. Mu polisi pita no enda ko send beba chelela ku polisi kuja no enda ati setufuna kusegusa docket. Ungasegusa docket bati wantu ameno wale mbela kola uti iwe no facingana na polisi mukambisana. Kulisho aso. Nje chamene ni wakanila wabe. Funga chita ma interviews umuntu wo pasiwa. Wafuna chita ma interviews umuntu office nje bamene waziwa issue yakuja umene nayambira. That's why our police take that you don't can not kuchuka kuli ba cooperative market.
Kalan Chima reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
First Lady Esther Lungu on Wednesday visited the funeral house of late former Chimwemwe Member of Parliament and Road Development Agency RDA Board Chairman Willie Nsanda. The First Lady could not hold back her emotions but wept for the death of Mr. Nsanda. Mr. Nsanda died on Tuesday 24th March 2015 at Mill Park Hospital in South Africa. Last month, government evacuated Mr. Nsanda for specialist treatment. Mr. Nsanda's body arrives in the country on Friday. And PF Lusaka province has described the death of Mr. Nsanda as a big loss to the party in the province. Meanwhile, family spokesperson Justin Kausen, who is also cousin to the late Mr. Nsanda, says the body of the late Willie Nsanda will arrive in the country on Friday. He says the funeral has been moved from Lusaka to Kitwe. He has further added that the burial for the late Mr. Nsanda will be announced in due course, as the family is still awaiting the arrival of the body.
We lost our president. We've been mourning, and again it has happened. We have lost a gallant member of the party, a pillar. So the loss is so imminent that I don't even know the words we can use to describe this. Otherwise, we are just putting everything in the hands of God. He is the custodian of all lives that are on earth. And
saddened about the death of MCC, Willie Nsanda. He was a very good mobilizer, and he has taught us a lot. Personally, for us who were near the president, we saw how much he did during the presidential by-election campaign, to the run-up, to the inter-party wrangles we had. He played a key role as a unifier.
That the funeral took place in Kitwe. All right, the body is arriving on Friday and is landing at Ndola Airport and then travel by road to Kitwe. All right, so we're requesting all the family members and all colleagues or friends who want to pay their last respects to travel to Kitwe, Ganaton in Kitwe.
Government says it is focused on providing clean and safe water to every individual in the country. Minister of Mines, Energy and Water Development Christopher Yaluma says even though Zambia has relatively abundant water resources, the country is still faced with challenges in ensuring access to sustainable, safe water supplies. Mr. Yaluma, however, reaffirmed government's responsibility to control water resource for effective and sustainable utilization to enhance economic productivity and reduce poverty. Mr. Yaluma said this in a speech read for him by his deputy Charles Zulu. And speaking at the same event, UN country representative Hambo Ivochi says a lot of challenges have been faced regarding provision of clean water in the country.
You may recall that the Millennium Development Goals, MDGs, agreed upon on water and the environment in 2000. Agreed upon on water and the environment in 2000 was to have the proportion of people without sustainable access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation by the year 2015, this year. The MDG target for sanitation is an even more pressing challenge, with 2.5 billion people currently lacking access to improved sanitation and over 1 billion still practicing open defecation.
Since 2010, UNICEF and its partners supported the government of Zambia to provide access to water to about 800,000 people through the construction of 200 improved bores, predominantly 200 improved water sources, predominantly boreholes. This was also accompanied by the rehabilitation of about 700 improved facilities, which is now benefiting about 300,000 people.
A man in the early 20s was discovered dead in Lusaka's Chinika area in unclear circumstances. According to some residents, the man is believed to have drowned in one of the places where stone quarrying is done. The residents say there were no signs indicating that the man was killed. The police picked up the body around 15 hours and the body is lying at the University of Zambia UTH mortuary. We would like to warn our sensitive viewers that the picture you're about to see may be disturbing. That's what we heard in local news. Join me after the break with international news.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
And now in international news. Morocco says it has dismantled an ISIS cell plotting to launch attacks across the country after security forces conducted operations in a number of cities. Authorities say the men aged between 19 and 37 were planning to kill public and military figures. According to authorities, 1,354 Moroccans are believed to have joined ISIS to fight in Syria and Iraq, of which 156 have returned to Morocco. At least 246 of them have been killed in Syria and another 40 have died in Iraq. A search and recovery operation has resumed in the southern French Alps after Tuesday's crash of a Germanwings plane with 150 people on board. Officials warned the operation could last for days in the remote mountain ravine between around Barcelonnette. The leaders of Germany, France, and Spain are due to visit the crash site. The Airbus A320 flight A49525 from Barcelona to Dusseldorf crashed after an 8-minute rapid descent. Officials say there were no survivors. For more, we now monitored Al Jazeera.
Shia Houthi rebels are moving closer to President Hadi's stronghold in Aden. They've taken an airbase abandoned by US forces just a few days ago. Houthi rebels have been pushing south from the capital Sana'a. The airbase near Lahij was taken after a fierce battle between Hadi's forces and the rebels. President Hadi wants the UN Security Council to provide military support against the Houthis. Saudi Arabia is reportedly massing troops on its border with Yemen. A recovery operation has resumed in the French Alps where a German passenger plane crashed, killing all 150 people on board. Search and recovery crews are based in the village of Saint-les-Alpes. Al Jazeera's Jackie Rowland is there.
They're particularly interested to examine the very last minute of conversation before the plane went silent, because it's thought that last minute, those last few seconds, could provide crucial information as to what actually caused the plane to plunge. Now, investigators are stressing that it's still far too early to categorically rule in or rule out any cause of the accident, but they think at the moment that it's unlikely that this was the result of some kind of intrusion into the cabin or some kind of attack.
Libya's rival factions are resuming talks in the Moroccan capital Rabat. The legally installed government based in Tripoli and its rival, the UN-backed government based in Tobruk, have both welcomed a draft UN proposal. It calls for the formation of a national unity government of technocrats. Iraq's President Fouad Massoum says the US-led coalition will soon carry out airstrikes against ISIL fighters in Tikrit. The coalition supported the Iraqi operation there on Saturday with surveillance flights and intelligence sharing. It's the first time the coalition's been part of the offensive on Tikrit, in which Iran is playing a prominent role. Pro-government forces are on Tikrit's outskirts for now, waiting to make their final push into the city. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has just addressed MPs in Ethiopia. On Monday, Egypt, Ethiopia and Sudan signed an agreement that addresses the fair use of Nile waters between the three countries.
That international roundup brings us to the end of our menus bulletin. But as we go, here are the headlines again. UPND women protest over Michael Kaingu calling UPND Namwala MP a prostitute. Retirement age source of unemployment, some Lusaka residents have noted. Tuesday market in Kabwata becomes a breeding ground for criminals, and Morocco breaks up suspected ISO cell. Thank you so much for your time. That's all we had on our menus bulletin. You can log on to our website, that is ptvzambia.com, for more on these and other stories. Have a pleasant viewing.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.